This is when Lexi was first born. She's so cute. Her birth story was actually pretty difficult. It was a difficult pregnancy and there were complications after she was born. She almost died. She was resuscitated in the hospital. It was a really awful time, but she was a little fighter. She still is a little fighter. There's definitely been some challenges having a child with autism. She tries to get out of your grip and she can just take off. And it's up to us to make sure that she stays safe. Not only is she a bolter, but she's an escape artist. We've got in our home so many different types of locks and child safety contraptions, you name it. Being that she's nonverbal, she can't tell us what's wrong. When a child cannot communicate their needs and their frustrations, it's really hard. Children with autism a lot of times have a meltdown, and a meltdown can be from different things, but for Lexi it tends to be transitions. If I could give some advice to people out there who might have family or friends who have a child with autism or another special need, I would say to offer some support. And support can be given in many different ways. It can be, sending a text or offering to just listen, especially without judgment. It can be bringing by food, making meals. It can be babysitting. Lexi is amazing. She's so fearless and strong and funny, and she brings us so much joy. I wouldn't change a thing about Lexi. She's perfect.
Tal is the oldest of the three, and she was diagnosed with developmental disabilities from very early on, and then her diagnosis didn't officially happen until she was about 3.5, and she was diagnosed with Asperger's, because at the time it wasn't lumped together. She had not talked, and we had taught her to sign and to do other things moving forward, because we didn't know if she ever was going to talk. But she did. She started talking at 3.5. Once we knew it was autism, we were like, oh, well, at least now we know what direction to move in. I think the biggest challenge is that you feel like you are completely alone. She has always 100% been herself, at all times. She has accomplished so much more than me, at her age. The one thing I know now is that the most important thing I think I did for my kids was just to treat them just like kids. It is the struggle and the trying and failing and then trying again, that's the lesson. And I know that with my kids, that it was at those times that they grew the most, and it was at those times that they learned the most.
Well, I think I always knew as a kid that everyone thought I was different for many reasons, but I just didn't care. I didn't know I was autistic until I was 15, and it didn't have a traumatic effect on me because I was myself no matter what. I think people tend to keep their distance if they see someone who's different because they're afraid and because they don't understand and they're afraid of what to say. I think they do that because they feel insecure or unsafe. If they let that go and just talk to people with autism the same way they talk to everybody else, things will be so much better. I graduated from Full Sail University with a BS in film. I was also the valedictorian of my class. After I graduated, I moved to Los Angeles. I had a post-production internship, and while doing that, started working on my acting career. I booked an HP commercial, a pilot presentation with Wanda Sykes. I also booked a recurring co-star role on the Netflix series Atypical, which was the highlight of 2019. And I was on the billboard in Times Square, and I will never forget that. This is my mom, and this is my dad, and they're awesome, and without their support and their belief in that I can reach my dreams, I wouldn't be in Hollywood, much less getting these opportunities that I'm getting.